Heroes, attention! Welcome to Hero Academy. I'm Gangwon, helping you level up 7 best-selling self-improvement books. Are you one of those people who don't read entire books or don't have the time for it? Don't worry, I got your back. The books I will talk about today are How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, The Power of Now by Eckart Tolle, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Kiyosaki, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey, Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Vincent Peale, The Magic of Thinking Big by Dr. Schwartz, and Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. Keep in mind, this will be a super simplified version with the key takeaways of their books. So if you need more in-depth information, I've linked the books down below in the description. Also, don't skip this video or you might miss some valuable lessons. Are you ready? Let's go. Book number 1, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Lesson number 1, you can make a great first impression just by smiling. Lesson number 2, to be interesting to other people, make sure to talk about their favorite topic, themselves. Lesson number 3, if you want to convince people, get them to say yes a lot. Book number 2, The Power of Now by Eckart Tolle. Lesson number 1, life is just a series of present moments. Living in any other moment than now is useless. Why? You can either regret your mistakes from the past forever, or you move on and become stronger. Lesson number 2, complaining means you don't accept reality. Because something is turning out differently than your expectations, you end up less happy. Number 3, pretty simple, yet very important. Practice compassion. Book number 3, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Kiyosaki. The first lesson of his book is to use money on assets and not liabilities. In other words, invest in things which will create more money for you. Lesson number 2, don't let greed take over and spend extra money, for example from a raise or from a bonus, on an improved lifestyle. Lesson number 3, manage risks instead of avoiding them. You probably heard about high risk, high reward. That's a true thing. But if you're afraid of taking risks, you will never ever succeed. Taking risks is scary, I know, but if you know how to manage them, it's half as bad. Make sure to have a proper plan B. Book number 4, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. Lesson number 1, be proactive. Don't sit around and wait for things to happen. Start doing them now. Lesson number 2, begin with the end in mind. If you start a task, make sure you know how the end result looks like. That way you will make sure you're going the right direction and make the right decisions. Lesson number 3, putting first things first. Divide them into urgent, non-urgent, important, not important. My tip, clear out the not urgent and not important ones first. Lesson number 4, think win-win. This is not an easy thing to achieve, but it's the most rewarding one. For example, you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell button. This helps out you by getting more self-improvement content and also helps me / the YouTube algorithm. Lesson number 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. That means you have to try to understand people sincerely first before trying to get your message across. Lesson number 6, synergize. Work together to achieve your goals faster and more efficiently. Lesson number 7, sharpen the saw. That means you have to renew yourself regularly. Never stand still and always try to improve yourself. Book number 5, The Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Vincent Peale. Lesson number 1, believe in yourself and visualize your goals to see how small your problems really are. Always see yourself achieving your ultimate goal in your mind. Ever heard of the self-fulfilling prophecy? Yep, this is exactly what this lesson is all about. Lesson number 2, your attitude determines your entire life. Lesson number 3, in order to live worry-free, you first have to imagine a worry-free life. Book number 6, The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz. Lesson number 1, always be open to new ideas. Lesson number 2, learn something new whenever and wherever you can. Lesson number 3, ask yourself, how can I do a better job every day? Book number 7, Awaken the Giant by Tony Robbins. Lesson number 1, It's not what you do every now and then which shapes your life, but what you do consistently. Lesson number 2, make decisions and commit to them. Don't let your own weaknesses stop you from realizing your goals. Not making a decision consciously is equal to giving up on forging your own future. Lesson number 3, raise your standards, take action to meet those standards, and then raise them again. There you have it, the core messages of those 7 best-selling self-improvement books. But what's more important than just the knowledge about this is to actually make use of them. So make sure to be disciplined and always strive for becoming better in every regard. That out of the way, we can safely say it's time for a level up, right? Did you read any of those books? If yes, which was your favorite and what was the biggest takeaway? Let me know in the comments below. Looking forward to leveling up with you again, heroes. Count one out.